Any other brands you think that and we just talked about it, are there any other, any other topics, let's put it out there. We talked about social media, who does that well? Are there any other kind of hot button topics in the industry you're opinionated about?
Technology and its impact. I think that's
huge, right?
That's huge, and I know you have follow-up.
Yeah, now
questions
I'm going to run out of questions. You're probably going to answer them all. But I mean, obviously, technology is such a huge component. It's expensive. It changes every day. How do you keep up with it? And it's a lot of it's consumer-facing, but also, I guess you could call it back of the house or whatever goes on.
There's a huge cost for the owner, the franchisee, and the franchisor.
Right.
For the hardware, the software, the implementation, and I think there's a revolution coming. It really is. In the next, not even 10 years, we're looking at the next 5 years with how the industry is going to evolve, with the costs associated with it, and also the customer experience that's going to change dramatically.
And you're an owner, so it's the owner that usually foots the bill on this technology. So do you think the brand should do more?
Well, we can talk for hours about the franchisor relationship.
Oh, we'll get to that. Yeah, it's question 11.
But I think I happen to sit on the technology committee for IHE Owners Association.
Okay.
So we have $1 billion plan to implement on the property level with the technology on the hardware and the software and the interface that's coming through. I think that's one thing we need to get ahead of as an industry. Technology.
Yeah.
That's something we are as an industry not taking notice of, as we didn't take notice of the OTAs in the early 2000s. And I think Marriott, like I said, Starwood, I think they're much further ahead than some of the other brands. But most of the franchisees, I think, would have a consensus that the cost side of it is a huge concern for them.
What about technology you guys you work in the industry, but you're also consumers of technology. Are there things within the hotels when you stay at one or when you're, just within your own jobs that you see is really making a difference that consumers really like? Like, I always look at it like when I go to stay at a Marriott now, I can watch Netflix without having to, dial it up on my computer or my phone. I can literally go into a room and watch it. I mean, are there things like that you're really you think are really, really cool?
I mean, I think Four Seasons, we just implemented a chat feature, and that's been really interesting to see people utilize that. So a lot of people will use it just, as they do with text messaging. So, we've seen a lot of, we've just launched it maybe about a month ago, and we've seen so many people order anything from room service to ask, when the hours of the art museum so it's been really interesting because it's just a catch-all, and so we have someone that's monitoring that.
I was say, who answers that? Is it the concierge?
So our PBX, our communications agent, manages that, and then as soon as they get something, then they'll reach out to that department, get the answer, and send it back. And we try to do it within a few minutes. So that's been.
Is it through an app, or you have to download something, or is it literally?
It's through the Four Seasons app.
Four Seasons app, okay.
And once you download it and you're checked in, then you can text.
You can book spa. You could, restaurant reservations, anything under the sun, anything legal, right?
Anything. Yeah. So that is just kind of something that was top of mind because we were just talking about it this morning. How it's really kind of taken off.
Anyone else from a technology standpoint?
For Hilton, we have a similar. We use a third-party company that has a text messaging program as well, and we have found incredible results by using it. Because as you see, with everything going to be towards more technology, and the guests really don't want that face-to-face interaction between that program and then our for the Hilton Honors app with the digital check-in. Though our higher loyalty members, they don't even have to come to the desk to check in. It's God forbid something's wrong with their key, or they come at 10 a.m. and we don't push keys out until at least noon. To the guests who are why kind of losing their marbles, why can't I just go to my room? This defeats the whole purpose. Why do I have to talk to someone? I don't want to look at them. It's crazy already, just the impacts of these little things in the industries that we're implementing slowly that are really kind of changing the whole guest expectation.
And you can use Marriott and Hilton. At some brands or some hotels, you can use your phone as your key, mobile key, right?
Yeah, for Hilton, it's almost, not all the hotels have them.
Yeah.
But I would say at least like 70% of all the
70%
hotels in the brand, have most have the digital, all have digital check-in.
Right.
But about 70%, I think, give or take, you can use your phone.
If you're part of
with
H
your phone.
Honors.
Yeah, Hilton Honors, but you have to be silver or above, you can't be basic member.
Got it. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think the next phase of that, which I would say it's around the corner, but I think it's essentially imminent, would be like smart assistants in hotel rooms, particularly hospitality-focused ones. I know that we've been approached to start implementing that kind of technology in our rooms, where people can order room service by saying Alexa or whatever variation of that that you prefer. Eventually with AI, as AI improves, that will just become more and more standard, which I think is exciting in some ways, but also will, as you said, become a huge disruption in the industry from, I think, an employment perspective as jobs get automated.
Yep.
And I think also something that, I guess this kind of goes to my millennial mindset, but from a privacy perspective as well, as technology gets more and more interwoven with the guest experience and the guest stay, that creates a lot more challenges from a privacy perspective as well, I think.
Yeah, and security. I mean, we talk about, just to kind of segue off that, there's what's going on with cybersecurity, and you hear every day it sounds like another hotel or brand's been hacked. I mean, there's such, and like you said, when this technology gets even more interwoven with Alexa, all this stuff, it's kind of it's daunting, right, for hotels to have to deal with that. I'm sure you get it from the higher ups. I don't know if they've discussed these things with you, but I mean, privacy, safety, and security. I mean, those are huge topics too. How are you guys would be addressing that in your hotels or your companies?
I think.
Go ahead.
I think from a security standpoint, one of the concerns this past year the industry faced was the credit card.
Yeah.
With implementing a SPS, a secure payment system, which I think as an industry we do a good job on our PR and keeping things hush-hush to some extent, which makes sense. We're a service-oriented organization, so we can't have guests just freak out, for lack of better words, if there's something going on. But I think cybersecurity, like you mentioned, is something that's a concern all across the board.
Yeah.
And there's implementation coming around, but I would kudos to the industry for taking care of at least the credit card side, because that was a huge concern, and there was constant overreach that was coming through.
Yeah.